photographs inside the auditorium. Also, we are pleased to announce that the role of the chef will be played by Bob Marks. Please enjoy the performance.
Good evening. My name is Drobny, Father Drobny. I am a priest in this charming little communist country, where out of 4 million inhabitants, 3,975,000 are atheists, and about 24,000 are agnostics, and the other 1,000 are Jewish. The point is, I don't have a big following. This is the United States Embassy of this country. 6 years ago, I ran in here seeking asylum from the communist police. Outside these walls were 4 million communists determined to kill me. My choice was simple. I could remain here in the safety of your embassy, or I could go outside and attempt the biggest mass conversion in history. I decided to stay, and I've been living upstairs ever since. The head of this embassy is Ambassador James S. McGee. He was put here in charge by our government because of his firm grasp of world events. Each morning, for the past 4 years, he enters this room, surveys the environment, and graces us with his clarity and wisdom.
Jesus, look at all those communists.
This is typical of his ability to sum up a situation brilliantly. Mr. Kilroy is Ambassador McGee's bright-eyed, efficient assistant.
I am the only man in the Foreign Service who knows the words to the second stanza of the Star-Spangled Banner.
All of his vital memos are sent through Mr. Kilroy.
Mr. Kilroy, take a vital memo to all embassy personnel. Unless a new embassy building is purchased, we must think of new ways to make room in this small mansion. It was unfortunate that when Vice President Bush passed through the country last week, we were unable to put him up for the night. It was equally unfortunate that no one here recognized him. See, this does not happen again.
And this is Ambassador McGee's other assistant. Not exactly bright-eyed, not exactly efficient. In fact, the only man in the history of the Foreign Service to accidentally wrap his lunch in a peace treaty.
I've worked in 17 U.S. embassies, some for as long as 3 weeks.
This young man has worked at this embassy for 6 months. That's the longest he's ever worked at any one embassy. Why? Because he's pleasant, he's eager, and he's the ambassador's son.
You sent for me, Dad?
Here's where it all begins. I better get back to my room.
Axel, because of my superior record here, the leaders of my party would like to discuss the possibility of placing my name in the coming gubernatorial race in our state.
Dad, I think you'd make a wonderful governor. Your broad outlook would appeal to psychotic liberals as well as militant fascists. Something for everyone.
Naturally, in my absence, this embassy must be run with the same brilliant efficiency it is accustomed to when I am here.
This is a quiet little outpost. There should be no trouble.
I'll level with you, Axel. I'm tempted to leave Mr. Kilroy in charge, but that would look bad for the family image.
Dad, the Foreign Service is my whole life. Give me a chance to prove myself once and for all. What can go wrong in 2 weeks?
You were in Brazil for 2 weeks, and you had them importing coffee.
Dad, I know how much this governorship means to you, and I'll see that this embassy remains a credit to your record.
The only important guest we're going to have in the next 2 weeks is the Sultan of Bashir.
I'll see that the Sultan gets the royal treatment.
You sure will, Axel. I'm on the verge of concluding an oil deal with the Sultan that will make me a big man, a very big man next November. Axel, most fathers start their sons in the mailroom and let them work their way up. I started you on top, and you worked your way to the mailroom. This embassy is a clean start for you, but if it is not run letter perfect, I'll fire you. And if your own father fires you, it's the end of the line. Goodbye.
Have a good flight, Dad. Mr. Kilroy?
You call.
Mr. Kilroy, for the next 2 weeks, I will be in charge of this embassy. Business will go on as usual, and it would mean a great deal to me to have your full cooperation.
Your father should have known better than to leave in charge a man who was asked to leave Africa.
That's not fair. Some of the best men in the Foreign Service have at one time or another been asked to leave a country.
Africa is a continent. You've been recalled from an entire continent. And what about Japan? You never talk about that. Or the Soviet Union. You managed to cover that one up, too.
You know, I've had some bad breaks career-wise.
And you were hung in effigy in Panama.
I admitted I was.
Yes. But you didn't say it was by your own embassy.
Hello? Yes? Yes, this is the American Embassy. No, Ambassador McGee is not here. This is Axel McGee. I'm in charge during his absence. What the hell is that all about?
Mr. McGee, it's the communist police. They're chasing 3 people. They look like tourists. Mr. McGee, they're running up the steps of the embassy.
I better open the front door quickly.
We're Americans, I swear. Frank Sinatra, Hershey bars, the refrigerator. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Some vacation run.
Where are they? Hand them over to us.
Oh, what did they do?
They're taking pictures of the restricted area.
How? What did they take pictures of?
Fine. They take pictures of missile sites, rocket installations. They've seen too much. They must die.
Mr. McGee, they're setting up searchlights and machine guns around the embassy.
Look, I'm sure they didn't realize. I'll give you the phone. In fact, I'll give you the whole camera.
Hand them over to us or we track them out and shoot them.
This embassy is United States territory. Nobody can be dragged out of here and shot without the written consent of the American government.
Leave these premises at once. Your behavior is an extreme violation of international conduct.
Who are you? I'm Axel McGee, and I'm in charge of this embassy, and I order you to leave at once. Gun or no gun. If you don't go, Mr. Kilroy will throw you out.
McGee, something's happening.
Yes, Tommy, I know.
There are soldiers surrounding the house. They're staring into the kitchen.
They won't hurt you.
I can't cook if I'm being stared at. I'm that kind of person.
Who are you?
I am personal chef to Ambassador McGee. Formerly chef to the King of Norway. Formerly chef at the White House. Formerly chef to the Queen of England. Before that, I did very little cooking.
Don't you terrorize our help.
I had a cake in the oven. Your gunshots made it fall.
Stand firm, Mr. McGee. I'll lodge a formal protest.
You stand firm. I'll lodge. Look, you spy on us. We spy on you. It happens all the time. Why do we suddenly pretend it's so unusual?
Oh, you do spy on us.
Huh?
Where? When? How often?
All the time. It's no secret. Espionage goes on between our countries every day. Why do we suddenly pretend it's so unusual?
Then they are spies.
No. Maybe. I don't know.
How do you know they're not spies? You never seen them before.
Do you mean to tell me your country doesn't send spies into the United States posing as tourists?
Then you admit they are spies.
What if they are? That doesn't give you the right to come barging in here illegally. This is going to start an international incident. It's not just an outrage, but a cruel and vicious attack on the whole free world. I wouldn't be surprised if France took our side.
Mr. Kojak, I have your Foreign Affairs office on the phone. They want you to report back immediately. He admitted they're spies.
You didn't, Mr. McGee.
Oh,
He did. I have it all here on tape.
you know, Mr. Kilroy, we spy, they spy.
We do nothing of the sort.
Actually, we do. If we all stop being hypocritical and be honest for once, that's enough.
Mr. McGee!
We do spy.
Louder, please.
Now listen, don't you go twisting my words. Come barging in here with guns, and then you wonder why a brutal dictatorship gets a bad name.
Enough. This embassy will be surrounded from this day on. Spies either come out or spend the rest of life here. But first, the world will hear your confession.
How could you do it? How could you admit they were spies?
I panicked. I lost control.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, don't panic. Don't lose control.
You! Who? Yes, you, the best. Why did you tell them we're spies?
Walter, be careful. Oh, he's always eavesdropping.
How could you tell them we're spies? They say we're spies.
He tells them yes. All of a sudden I'm a spy. I'll go and what's my line? They'll never guess.
Where's my daughter?
I'll get her. Bird! bring the girl up from the basement.
Yes, Burns, bring the girl up from the basement.
What are you, his echo?
Oh, Walter, be quiet.
Those lunatics out there say we're fine. This lunatic tells them yes.
If you were listening to the conversation, you should know I was trying to calm them down.
Oh, first no movie on the plane, then this.
It's a simple misunderstanding.
How simple.
We go out, they kill us. Simple enough?
Don't jump at conclusions. There'd be a trial first.
Who is this guy?
I'll call your father. Maybe I can stop him at the airport.
There's no need for that. I can handle a crisis.
Ever one? You are one! Man takes his family on vacation, wants to show them a good time. This is what we got working for the government. Then they wonder why I don't vote.
I've got to make out a report.
That's what you get for taking pictures.
It's our vacation. Photography is my new hobby. What, am I interested in their rockets and their missiles? All I want to do is take some pictures.
I wonder if your pictures are valuable.
He held the camera backwards. There were pictures of his nose.
I gotta have my head examined. Every time I listen to you, I wind up behind the 8 ball.
Here we go again.
If you would have listened to me, we would have taken that cabana at Atlantic Beach.
Every year it must be Atlantic Beach. What's the matter? They mean you work the tide.
No, we had to go to Europe. $5,500 for 3 weeks of uninterrupted diarrhea.
What's so terrible? My brother suggested we see Europe. He had a wonderful time here.
I'm tired of living for you. I gotta run my life by her brother. That's a hot one.
Look, I realize you're upset. If I could just get some facts.
Mr. and Mrs. Walter Hollander, Newark, New Jersey.
You want some facts? I'll give you some facts. I have a 3-week vacation. I said, let's take a cabana at Atlantic Beach. There's sun. You can play pinochle. There's miniature golf. No, her brother says, why don't you go to Europe? Behind the Iron Curtain, no less. I need this like a rope.
Aren't you interested in how the other half lives? We went with you to the Five for Share in Paris.
Are you comparing communism to those girls?
As if he appreciates Europe anyplace. We took him to Westminster Abbey, his theater. We took him to St. Peter's in Rome. He got dizzy from looking up. We took him to the Louvre. I hate to tell you what happened.
It's pronounced Louvre. Louvre, that's how much you know.
While in the Louvre, he struck a match across a Van Gogh. I thought he'd die.
Look, have either of you two ever had any respiratory ailments? Wrong form.
I have this brother, see, and he's a wonderful man.
He's a Nazi.
You know what you're talking about.
Take my word for it, should be wearing an armband.
Ah, here we are, seeking asylum.
I'm not seeking asylum. I didn't do anything. I'm just a caterer from New Jersey.
Look, I have to get some information. And
I'm giving you information. I have this brother, and he's a wonderful person, a lovely individual.
They should have hung him at Nuremberg.
Look,
My brother, he went to Europe last year, and he suggested we take my daughter. It's cultural, and my brother is an intellectual.
No, I'm intellectual, just like Sonny Liston.
and you're just a caterer. I mean, nobody paid you to take pictures of anything or anything like that.
Blackwell, finest caterers in Newark. My card.
And do you work, Mrs. Hollander?
Oh, no, sir. I'm just average housewife.
Some average housewife. She's a professional mahjong hustler. She carries around her own tiles.
And you accidentally wandered into a restricted area. I mean, you didn't sneak in or anything.
I told him it looked like private property, but he had to get his photograph. He said, why? Because there's guards and dogs and barbed wire. I said, yes, because there's guards and dogs and barbed wire. What did you think it was? A place that sold dollars and guards and barbed wire?
Then they chased you and you had the good sense to come here.
My daughter had the presence of mind.
She did the right thing, Mrs. Hollander.
Sure. So you can tell them we're spies. You know, my wife shouldn't have to go through this. She's not a young woman.
Look, on the one hand, we want to protect you. On the other hand, we want to protect the best interests of the United States.
I thought those went hand in hand.
I'm an old woman.
I didn't mean old. I meant young old.
Look, there's nothing to worry about.
Sure, because I'm a caterer, not a spy. Creative catering our specialty. Do you know that we were the first to do bridegrooms out of potato salad?
He does lovely work. I'll say that for him.
Last month, we did a wedding reception. We did the bride's body out with jello. Her head out of a clam dip, and fruit punch spouting out of her throat. It was a real class affair.
I should have this all cleared up in a few days.
What do you mean, few days? What do you think I'm going to do, live here?
Hollander, we're gonna show these communists their police state tactics won't work. Now, I'll have Mr. Kilroy see if we have some spare cots.
Cot! I can't sleep on a cot. I'm a dignified human being with a hernia.
Try to understand, Mr. Hollander, it's an emergency and we'll do our best.
Listen, I got a business to run. Sam Blackwell can't handle it. He's the inside man, I'm the outside man. It requires personality.
Mr. Hollander, was there some kind of notebook in your suitcase back at the hotel with some kind of party listed?
No. Yes, the Levine wedding estimate.
What is that?
The Levine wedding. How many from the bride's side, how many from the groom's side, how much roast beef, how much grapefruit.
The communist police that have been working on it and have broken the code.
What code?
Supply information and troop movements.
Troop movements. Those are the Levines and the Wassermans. There's more Levines got to pay for the wedding. They may eat like an army, but there's division.
It's that damn Crojack trying to frame you.
I can't stay here. It's the height of the season. I gotta get back. There's weddings, receptions, bar mitzvahs, all kinds of affairs. Blackwell can't handle it by himself. He lacks my charm.
He can have his son come in and help out. He's over 21.
His son? And who's gonna help him dress?
Your business can manage for a few days.
I'm glad you think so. Now let's go. Excuse me, I'm going to America. Where's my hat?
Mr. McGee, what do you think's going to happen?
I'm a caterer. Thought to capture me.
This is preposterous.
They want information? I'll tell them a nice grapefruit section.
Mr. Hollander, I'm not gonna let you go out there.
Oh, let him go. Go on out there. Go ahead, big shot. We'll be in here if you want us. Go ahead. There's the front door. Well, look.
Don't think I won't.
Go ahead. Stop talking already and do it.
Mr. Hollander, don't start trouble.
You think I'm afraid to go out there?
What's to be afraid of? They're only the secret police. They'll arrest you. They'll torture you. What's to be afraid of?
I'm not afraid to go out there.
Oh, go ahead. Get brainwashed. See if I care. In your case, it'll help.
I strongly urge you not to do anything rash.
Oh, let him go.
Do you know if any of those guys belong to the Masons?
I've been hiding down in the basement. Oh, Mr. McGee, this is my daughter, Susan. She was a cesarean. How do you do, Mr. McGee?
Axel McGee.
Are we free to go home yet?
Home?
Free to go home. First, did you take a look out there? See what's doing thanks to this guy? We're liable to be stuck here 3 or 4 days.
I'm awfully sorry for the inconvenience. I realize it's terrible.
I
but-
think it's fun.
Well, it could be fun. Some people might look upon this as an exciting experience.
Yeah, some people bought it too.
We could be worse off. This place is lovely.
And what are we supposed to do about your brother, Seth?
Seth? Oh, my God.
Forgive her. In her panic, she forgot that she gave birth twice.
I wasn't even worried about Seth. He's at camp.
Well, camp ends tomorrow. And if we're not there to let him in, what's going to happen? He'll be unsupervised. He'll live on the street. He'll run amok. He'll rape. He'll loot. You know our son. Takes after your brother.
I just thought of something. Susan's getting married next week.
That's right. We have a deposit on the hall.
Getting married, huh? I guess you're awfully anxious to get out of here.
That's a long story, Mr. McGee.
Let's not discuss it. The date's been set.
Well, we may have to push the date back, so you better call the owner of the Renaissance Luau and get our deposit back.
You better call Donald, because he'll be worried sick.
I'll call. Mr. McGee, what's the longest anyone's ever had to stay here?
Oh, there's a priest who's been living upstairs for a while.
What's a while?
Oh, a while.
How long?
6 years?
6 years! I said, let's take the cabana at Atlantic Beach. We'll swim. We'll play pinochle. No, your brother's set to go to Europe. May he rest in peace.
He's not dead.
He should be.
Oh, you could give us a hand, Mr. McGee.
Mr. Kilroy, I have been on the phone for the past 6 hours with Washington, with their embassy, with the UN. The whole picture's become clear to me now.
What whole picture?
It's all over the American press. This morning, the FBI captured this country's top secret agent, Adolf Hitler. The Gray Fox.
The Gray Fox.
One of the most brilliant spies. They
wonder if that's the way it's going to be from now on. Every time we arrest one of their spies, they arrest one of our caterers.
I better go help the chef. Mr. Hollander's driving him crazy. He hates European food.
Mr. McGee, are you aware that the Sultan's Bashir is due here Friday? I suggest we postpone it for a more auspicious moment.
Nonsense, Mr. Kilroy. I should have this all cleared up by Friday.
And if you don't?
If I don't, business will go on as usual. I'm running this embassy.
Mr. McGee, may I please speak with you?
Certainly. Mr. Kilroy, please. I'm awfully sorry about the accommodations, but we are jammed and it is temporary.
Mr. McGee, I hope you're not upset by my parents.
Upset?
They're really sweet people. They just have their own way of expressing themselves. Don't let their form of communication throw you.
Listen, you don't have to explain parents to me. I have two parents. I had two parents. My mother's in court trying to disown me.
Mr. Kilroy explained to us that your father is Ambassador McGee.
Did he also tell you if I don't make it here, I'm finished?
Oh, it's not that bad. Everybody makes mistakes. Every time I pick up the paper, I read about another diplomatic crisis cropping up somewhere in the world.
Have you noticed my name is in every article?
Funny. You're just the opposite of Donald.
Who's Donald?
He's my fiancé. He's so confident and totally in command.
Well, I'm confident too. Between major international blunders, that is.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm beginning to like it around here.
Gee, it's awfully sweet of you to take that attitude. I really appreciate it.
I mean it. It's very exciting and romantic. Most people spend their whole lives without anything like this ever happening to them.
So your father keeps telling me.
Danger stimulates me. Do you know how many babies were born in England during World War II as a result of the Blitz?
Well, if it's danger you want, take a look out there. Must be 2 dozen professional killers.
It's hard to see much.
Here, let me knock off this light. You can see all the guards and the dogs and the secret police.
Oh, sure. Look at them. They've got machine guns. Mr. McGee, are you married?
Oh, one thing about my line of work, you don't get to meet many attractive American women.
Oh? Well, don't you have a girlfriend or someone back home?
Actually, my work has caused me to travel a lot. Suddenly. What do you do? Are you a model or an actress or something?
No. I danced in the New York City Center Ballet, and I was a folk singer, and I worked in a coffee house in Greenwich Village.
Waitress?
I repaired motorcycles. Right now, my big interest is painting.
No kidding. I paint too. Oh, you'd hate my work though. It's all very abstract. I stand back and I splash oil all over everything, and then I run all over it in my sneakers, and then I stick my lunch on it. Matter of fact, my lunch came in second at a showing at Cape Cod.
I adore abstract art.
Really? Well, I'm a big Jackson Pollock man myself. His drippings best express my mental state. After dinner, if you're interested, I'll show you a little statue I made out of some old automobile parts and a bedpan.
I'd love it.
You know, it's really very pretty.
Thank you.
Forgive my intrusion, Mr. McGee, but I must know, what is the decision for dinner?
What's the problem?
It's him. Who? Mr. Hollander.
Be nice to him. I'll see you at dinner.
Everything I name, he says no.
Does he have any suggestions?
Mr. McGee, we're 4,000 miles from the United States. It's 8 o'clock at night. This is a communist country. Where do you expect me to get Sara Lee coffee cake?
What kind of a place is this?
Oysters.
I will not eat oysters. They're alive when you eat them. I want my food dead, not sick, not wounded. Dead.
It's too late now to get anything new. Take a very nice piece of veal.
You must be joking.
What's wrong with veal? My recipe is one of the great secrets of European cooking.
Really? Let's keep it that way.
Mr. McGee, I really have very little. If only I had known I couldn't get to the market, there were soldiers outside.
Try and understand, Mr. Hollander. Our menu here is particularly elaborate because we entertain guests from all over the world.
All I want is a plain piece of boiled chicken.
Walter, where'd you go off to?
You know I can't get a meal here.
Oh, I'll come in the kitchen and make you something.
Good. Madam, how do you live with this man? Do you force feed him?
Oh, don't worry. I know what he likes.
Madam, I must warn you, no one has ever been in my kitchen before. If you do anything to spoil the order of my spice rack, I don't know what I'll do. Do you hear me? I don't know what I'll do.
It's nice to know that our food is being prepared by an outpatient.
I talked to Barney Silverman on the phone.
Did you tell him not to go to Newark Airport with the station wagon? Because we might be 6 years late.
Mrs. Hollander, I wanted to talk to you about the phone. Naturally, you're free to use it. If you could limit your calls so she doesn't.
You haven't seen anything yet. She's got to notify all of Newark individually, like Paul Revere.
I called the client, and they'll take care of stuff when we get back.
They came here today much the same way you did 6 years ago.
Oh, are you refugees?
Refugee! You know how much I paid for this shirt?
We were in the Vatican and we saw your boss. If it's for me, I'm free to talk.
Hello? Yes, I better take this inside. Excuse me a minute.
He's got a little tiny room on the top floor, and he practically never leaves it.
Doesn't it drive you crazy?
I am a guest through the courtesy of your government, and I do not wish to make myself a nuisance.
Can't you ever leave here?
Only if there is some drastic change in national policy. Well, I have many friends who could help me to escape, but my duty is to return and one day lead my people again.
And until you lead your people, stay in your bedroom?
In recent years, I have developed a hobby, and so it passes the lonely moments.
Oh, what is it?
Father Drumney is a magician.
I've been practicing for years.
Oh, that's a wonderful hobby.
Pick a card. Go ahead. Pick a card.
That's all I needed.
Come on, Dad, be a sport.
Go on, take the card.
Walter, don't be rude.
Jack of spades.
7 of diamonds.
Damn it.
Father Drumney has all kinds of interesting things up there. Don't you, Father?
Dogs. I have white dogs. I raised them. I transformed them before your eyes.
Why don't you get some of your things and bring them down? I'd love to see them.
Really? Would you?
Oh, of course he would, wouldn't you, Walter?
Oh, yes, yes. Why do you think I had us trapped here?
I'll be right down. An audience. I'll do the ring and the silk handkerchief production and my vanishing billiard ball.
Terrific. It's the Johnny Carson show.
I'll be right back. And don't go away.
Don't go away.
Imagine staying in your room and practicing magic for 6 years.
What about us, Walter? What if the same thing happens to us?
Where do you compare? It's different. We're innocent tourists. He's a priest. I'm sure he can get himself out of here if he really tried. You know how it is with those guys. The one that suffers the most gets the promotion.
Mr. Hollander, I think we solved your dinner problem.
What?
The chef is making you hair.
What? Hair? What's hair?
Rabbit.
Pardon?
Hair is rabbit.
It's the closest thing to chicken the chef could find.
Rabbit?
It's delicious.
You mean bunny rabbit?
If you don't ask him, he eats what you put in front of him.
Rabbit? Like Peter Rabbit?
If I told you it was chicken, you wouldn't know the difference.
Listen, I can't eat my furry friends. It's like eating squirrels. Can't you send out someplace? Must be a Chinese restaurant nearby.
I'm back.
He's back.
I could only tell you the small things, but it's enough for the first few hours of the show.
How many hours does the show last?
Hold it.
I want to go home.
I've dreamed of this moment for years. What miracle shall I start with?
Oh, I don't know. Can you walk on water?
As you can observe, I have nothing up my rope.
Isn't it wonderful, Walter? A tricky priest.
My son is 12 years old. I won't see him again till he's 18.
I have nothing up my cylinder. I have nothing in my cage. Watch closely. I take this white dog and I place it in here. I remove the cylinder, and where there was previously a dog, voila! Where's my rabbit? I have the rabbit in there. Where's my rabbit?
How do you like it? Rare? Medium? Well done?
There's my rabbit!
Now, just a minute. This embassy is United States territory, and I mean to run it like one. Mr. Krojack, your charges of espionage are ridiculous. They're American tourists, and we will not turn them over to you. No, you will not wait them out. They've been here 5 days, and they're prepared to stay 5 years if necessary. Don't threaten me, and don't you threaten them. You know you're only doing this because we captured Adolf Lobert, your illustrious gray fox. Hello? Hello?
Boy, you're a stinker.
Mrs. Hollander, will you please remove that ironing board?
Where should I iron? If I go in the kitchen, the chef will cry.
Everyone will please go to their rooms.
How much can a person keep locked up in a cloakroom? Listen, I'm worried about Walter. First, he wrote a letter to his congressman, and he got back a mimeograph form letter. And then he wrote a letter to his senator.
Your husband worries about that boy too much. There's no need to send him food from Europe. Will you please remove that ironing board?
Hello, Walter. You see that? I say hello, Walter. Do you see the look that he gives me?
Mrs. Hollander, I need to speak to you.
Hello, Grouch.
Mrs. Hollander?
He should be here any minute.
Who should?
The Sultan of Bashir. Or did you forget?
The Sultan. Wasn't that called off?
I suggested a postponement, but you assured you would have matters settled and the business would proceed as usual.
Oh, hell. Let me think.
You know the Sultan is a dictator and a very temperamental man.
The slightest little ripple could hurt your father's oil deal and the...
I'd hate to be in your shoes if that happened.
Maybe I can still call him and delay it.
I got this telegram this morning from Blackwell. He caters their Sweet 16 party.
I don't want to hear it.
He gets a special price on the meats, you hear?
I'm not listening.
He doesn't use our regular supplier and tries to buy cheap.
I'm not interested.
Well, guests go home that night, what happens? They get food poisoning.
Oh, my God.
They're in the hospital because he looked for a bargain.
Oh, I'll bet they're suing.
Now you're interested?
Are they?
I don't want to tell you, you're not interested.
Tell me.
Why should I tell you if you're not interested?
Tell me. Walter, do you know what you are? You are a sadist.
Before you weren't interested.
I'm not interested.
Good. A foggy day.
Rapture, you going to answer me?
What was it you asked? Are they suing? No, they're not suing. They're not suing. We're suing them for low resistance to tainted meat.
Walter!
Of course they're suing. What do you expect from poisoned people?
Oh, my God.
If I could get my hands on Sam Blackwell, I'd crush his head.
Be thankful no one died.
Yes, Marion. We're thinking of making that our slogan.
Could somebody help me out with this?
Not now with the magic trick.
Oh, I don't know how Houdini used to get out of this.
Oh, don't pay any attention to him, Father. I think it's marvelous that a man of the cloth has a hobby besides just God.
Man tries to build up a catering business for 20 years. Goes on vacation, leaves his partner in charge. He begins poisoning the customers. I'm working with Lucretia Borgia.
Oh, faith in the Lord, my son.
I have faith in the Lord, Father. If he can hear me, please crush Sam Blackwell's head.
Hello? What? Yes? No. Hold on. It's New Jersey for you. It must be Sam Blackwell. Be nice. Everyone makes mistakes.
Hello? Yes, this is he. Put him on. Hello, Cretan! How you doing, Cretan? Poison any more people, Cretan? Oh, really? How many? 2 more have keeled over. Whoa. They're dropping like flies. Murderer! Listen, murderer, what was that? Oh, you talked to the lawyer. And what did he say? I think they have a good case. Listen, murderer, you know what I'm going to do? When I get back to the States, I'm going to wreck the car, and I'm going to run you over. You hear that? Listen, speak up. Speak up! I can't hear you, Blackwell. Talk louder. Operator, I can't hear the murderer. Sam, you're finished as a caterer. You've mixed your last fruit compost.
Oh, my God. Mr. McGee! Mr. McGee!
Well. What have we got here, Lawrence of Arabia?
How do you do, Sultan?
Sultan, you know this guy.
Are you ignorant? It's the Sultan of Bashir.
What do you do? Hang around the UN building picking up Arabs?
I am His Royal Majesty, ruler of the people of Bashir.
How do
I
you
am here to see Ambassador McGee.
How do you do?
This is my wife.
Hello, may I take your bail?
Walter Hollander, Newark, New Jersey. Rodney, you're going to have a heart attack. You're not a young man.
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
I am a guest of Ambassador McGee.
Oh, I hope you didn't have any trouble getting by all the soldiers around the embassy. Walter and I are wanted.
I know where I read about the Sultan of Bashir recently. Didn't you people put down an uprising?
Yeah?
Didn't you just have a revolution or something?
Where's the ambassador?
I remember now where I read about it. Yes, you shot those workers. That wasn't nice what you did to those people. They were protesting peacefully.
There are two sides to the affair, my friend.
Well, kind of two sides. If you poor workers go on strike, you gotta shoot them.
If you could see them, they are vermin. There's no other way to teach them.
Walter, what are you talking about? Something you know nothing about.
What do you mean? I don't understand politics. Don't you read the papers? This guy executes his people like you use your charger plate.
You're in a bad mood.
I did not come here to be received by a pair of dogs.
Listen,
Where's the ambassador?
I get frustrated all the time. I read these things in the paper, and I'm just a little shot from New Jersey, and I never get a chance to express my opinion to a real big shot.
No one asked you.
Your Majesty, forgive us.
I will not stay here unless I receive an apology from your government.
Mr. Hollander, leave this room at once.
What's your problem, Aladdin?
Walter, you're in a very bad mood today. Let's go.
I'm not going anyplace. I live here. Why? Because Alibaba here owns a few oil wells.
Your Majesty, I beg your forgiveness.
You insolent swine!
Oh, I did. Shut down. Shut not shut. Don't have to bandage him in his own sheet.
Don't threaten me, you pig!
Oh, who is this guy anyway?
That's none of your business.
It is my business. I pay my taxes. This building is rented with my money.
Walter, spun out.
Listen, I don't like the idea of my government doing business with this guy.
That's for the government to decide, Mr. Hollander.
I am the government.
Oh, listen to him. He's the
Well,
government.
what do you think the government is for little people like you and me? Maybe not you.
I have never been insulted in such a manner!
Your Majesty, forgive us.
Take a walk, Fatso. That kind of government gets into trouble dealing with lard buckets like him.
In your opinion.
Oh, read Jack Anderson.
I did not come here to be humiliated!
Your Majesty.
Relations between us are at an end!
Your Majesty! And you bring another guy like him into this house, he gets that same thing. Let's go, Marion.
Oh, man, cheaper and they come back are certainly a big shot.
Dad, it wasn't my fault. Mr. Hollander insulted him. But, Dad, you said it would look bad for the family image if you put Mr. Kilroy in charge.
But, Dad.
Yes, Dad. Yes, sir. Goodbye.
I'll start right away to see if I can arrange a spy trade.
Hard luck, Mickey.
Those are the breaks.
Hi, Axel. I brought you a drink. I thought you might need one.
Why does it always happen to me? What do? I'll kill myself. That's it. I'll kill myself.
Axel, what happened?
I'm a failure. I'm 30 years old. I'm a failure. Not just a little failure, a big failure, like the World's Fair.
Have a drink.
We were relieved from my command by Kilroy, and the United States Weather Bureau declared me a disaster area.
Your job really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
I guess it's kind of hard to understand, Susan. It's all I've been brought up to think of.
I understand. It's not easy to be the son of a famous person.
Susan, when I was 10 and I used to do something wrong, my mother used to hit me with a copy of Time magazine with my father's picture on the cover.
Oh, Axel, I don't find you a failure. Maybe you're just in the wrong field. Maybe if you were in some other business, you'd be a genius.
Sure. If there was such a thing as a failure business, I'd have chain stores. What does your fiancé do?
He's a lawyer.
Susan, I know it's none of my business, but you don't seem wildly enthused over the prospect of getting married.
I'm not getting married. I haven't told my parents yet, but I have told Donald. Donald's bright and very handsome, but not for me.
Oh, I see. I guess your father's going to be very disappointed.
Oh, he's gonna have a stroke. He adored Donald. And compared to the kind of boys I almost married, Donald's the answer to a father's prayers.
Have you almost married often?
A few times. And always the type that would turn my father's hair gray. A manic depressive jazz musician, a draft dodger, and a defrocked priest.
Boy, you must really hate the suburbs.
If I tie myself down for life, I want someone who's...
Stable and successful?
No, I want a little action.
That's what I meant. You don't want anyone too stable or successful.
The truth is, you never know what you want. You think you want a certain type, and then you meet someone who has nothing of what you want, and for some unexplainable reason, you fall in love with them.
I know. I once wrote a poem about that.
A poem? Axel, you're a latent creator. Is the place still heavily surrounded?
Yes, you want to see? time of night.
I just love fall. It's such an exciting time of year. It's the start of everything.
I like winter because I like to ski.
I've never gone skiing, but I'm mad for the idea.
Maybe someday, when this is all over, I could take you skiing. I know you'd like it. It's very romantic. I broke my pelvis once.
Well, it's getting very late. I better go to bed. Good night, Axel. It was fun talking to you.
Thanks for the drink.
Wow!
I'm awfully sorry.
I better go now. Excuse me.
Forgive me. Are you all right?
I'm okay. Good night.
Good night. I'm sorry. Damn it! I cannot do anything right.
Yes, son, we'll be home tonight. That's right, we're being traded for a commie spy. Yeah, a real big one. Oh, it's terrific. You'll read about it in the papers. Listen, son, is there anything you want us to bring you from here? He wants us to take some pictures. Listen, Cretin, we'll see you later tonight, and don't forget to thank Mrs. Klein for taking care of you. Goodbye. I called Donald last night.
You called Donald? Don't you think that's Susan's business?
I feel she's been neglecting him. Besides, I want to establish good relations with my future son-in-law.
What he said.
He wasn't home. My future attorney was in court suing a slum landlord. Well, he's a poet.
I spoke to Barney Fullerman, and he's rented the station wagon again.
Good. On the way home, he can drop me at work.
You're not coming home first?
Why?
You're going directly from Europe to work.
Yeah, why not?
Are you crazy?
Listen, I'll help you unpack when I get home tonight at 7.
You haven't seen our apartment in 6 weeks.
Well, who is there to change it?
A man hasn't seen his apartment in 6 weeks, and he's going to work first.
It's a Thursday. I always work on Thursday.
Can't the business wait another day?
Well, what do you care?
If I cash in our mutual funds, will you see a psychiatrist?
All packed?
It was clever of Mr. Kilbrecht to arrange this spy exchange, Axel.
Yes, he's very efficient. He's already arranged a big reception for the Sultan of Bashir this weekend, and I'm sure he'll smooth that situation over as quickly as he did this. I guess some just have the knack.
I'd still rather be you.
I'm gonna miss you, Susan.
If you're ever in Newark,
The rate I'm going, it could happen.
Axel, I'm sorry about the other night.
You're sorry.
I'm sorry I got so shaken up. It was something I wanted you to do, and when you did it, I got shaken up.
I wish we could have spent some more time together.
So do I. Well, at least you'll still have your job.
Yeah.
Oh, Walter, I don't understand you. They've been so nice to us here. How could you put their towels in our suitcases?
It's a habit. I was a deprived child.
Are you sure that it's safe out there?
It's all been carefully arranged. Mr. Krojack will accompany you to the plane.
Did you get your hairdryer out of Burns' office?
We came to say goodbye and to wish you good luck. Yes, it's a pity you're leaving.
You know, Chef, if you're ever looking for a job, just look me up. I can probably get you one at McDonald's.
I may as well tell you, Mr. Hollander, the meal you had last night was actually eel, and you cleaned your plate.
That's right, I did. Don't forget to look in the vase next to the dining room table.
Bless you all. You have made my life rich.
Okay.
Ace of diamonds.
That's right. They're all aces of diamonds.
Mr. Krojack has arrived. So, we finally meet face to face.
Let bygones be bygones.
Sure, you can't hold a grudge, not with the H-bomb.
We don't hold much.
Criminals against the state!
Take it easy, mister. You'll live longer.
Only for Adolf Wolpert, the Grey Fox, would our government do this. Mr. McGee, would you check and see if the Hollanders have left anything?
I think there's a couple of suitcases upstairs.
I'd better check and make sure Walter took his passport. Wouldn't it be a scream that you had to spend the rest of your life on Ellis Island?
Mr. Kilroy, there's a telephone call for you, and it's urgent. It's on the ambassador's private line.
If I had my way, you and all those like you would hang in the public square as an example to all enemies of the state.
Oh, Jack, when was the last time you called up a girl and she said yes?
I have men trained by the KGB. 1 hour with them, you will tell everything.
Tell what? Who's got what to tell?
Admit it, you're a filthy spy.
Who what?
Admit it.
Who?
Admit it.
What?
Admit it.
All right, I admit it. I'll admit if it makes you happy. I'm not from New Jersey. I'm not a caterer. She's not my wife. She's a U-boat commander. There. Does that make you happy? You think you're so smart when you're nothing. It was the easiest caper since the Kowalski wedding.
I would kill you
But
right now.
gotta be careful. We're trained in karate, you know. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ah!
If my hand's not tied by stupid red tape, my men come in here and drag you out.
Really riles you, doesn't it? You like to bully people. Wait till I get back to the States and tell the newspapers how we made a monkey out of you. You'll be the laughing stock of the secret police. Wouldn't be surprised if you have to turn in your disguise kit.
I'll shoot it myself.
Now watch out! I'll blow you away!
You are bluffing.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead. Make my day.
Ha ha. Oh, that's a finger.
That may look like a finger, but it's actually a skin-colored 45 with a joint, a couple of knuckles, and some hair. Idiot.
Well, Walter, we're ready to go.
Good. You got everything?
Yeah, I think so.
I had finally convinced my superiors to let me have my own way of dealing with you. This trade has cheated me out of that. But one day, we shall meet again.
The deal is off.
What?
I've just received word from our intelligence. Adolf Lopert is dead.
Dead?
He has hung himself in his cell.
Adolf Lopert is dead?
He's dead? Not alive. He's dead. Dead. Oh, God. Am I in trouble?
Oh. The great boss died by his own hand. I must get back to my office immediately. But we shall meet again. And soon.
Walter, what are we going to do?
We're not going home?
I guess not.
He had him all week. Why couldn't he wait until the weekend? It's a holiday weekend.
See, and you wanted to rush off to work. Oh, I better call Barney Silverman.
Ooh, I'm getting drowsy.
Drowsy?
Yeah, I took a Dramamine. Oh, what are you looking at me? It's a half an hour before takeoff time. They caught him 7 days ago. And he had to wait until today. And this morning, no less.
It's 5 a.m. there. He did it before breakfast. See how important it is to eat a good breakfast? Well, we better unpack.
Well, I'd better call Seth and tell him to go ahead with his application to the foster parents' home.
What makes a man kill himself?
Oh, what do you expect from a gray fox? Is that a name for a grown-up person?
Well, he wanted to spend more time together.
McGee, do you think it's possible that... What? Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Marion, hurry, come quickly. She's chasing the failure.
While you were out smoking, the Hollanders have been living here nearly 2 weeks now, and everybody's really feeling the strain. Mrs. Hollander has nothing to do, so she goes around all day cleaning the embassy.
I've waxed every floor in this house today, twice, even the ones with wall-to-wall carpeting.
It's nice to be clean, but a lot of floor wax is a dangerous thing.
Goddamn living room floor.
Susan and McGee feel different kinds of strain.
I wish there was someplace we could go to be alone.
Your father watches us like a hawk. Last night, when he thought we were going to meet in the dining room, he squatted motionless, put a throw pillow on his lap, and pretended to be a chair.
You're kidding.
No, I sat on him.
If Mr. Hollander's behavior is a little extreme, it's only because he's a man torn between a failing business, a failing future son-in-law, and a 12-year-old boy that he misses very much.
Dear Seth, don't forget to dress warmly. Eat good food and chew it well. Get plenty of rest. Stay away from women. See what happened to me?
After thinking it over carefully and weighing the pros and cons, I had a long talk with Mrs. Holmes and Susan about the only way to see their home again. Escape.
Did Father Rodney speak to you of an escape?
Yes, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Have you suggested it to Mr. McGee?
Not yet. I want to wait until the moment's right. Did you suggest it to Daddy?
Oh, I wouldn't dare. You know how he takes me any place.
Hello, McGee. Oh, hello, Father. I didn't want to alarm anybody, but I don't like what's happening out there. This morning there were just a few pickets in front of the building. But the number's been growing, and now there's dozens. Quite a few of them look too old to be students to me.
Yes, I see. Some are not students. Some are communist agitators.
Well, just how ominous are those anti-Hollander signs they're carrying?
Is there a place to hide the Hollanders in the event of serious rioting?
Serious rioting? What did you have in mind?
Oh, stoning, looting, fires.
Stoning, looting, fires. My life is like the Old Testament. The only thing I've been able to avoid so far is locusts.
The Hollanders are enemies of the state. Krojak has many followers who will stop at nothing. If they choose to, they will find a way to come in here and get the Hollanders out.
See, Kilmer doesn't understand the danger of these things. He lacks my vast experience being stoned and spit at. I better call my father and let him know there may be trouble.
Hey, I'd like to talk with you.
Later, Mr. Hollander.
All of a sudden, it's goodbye successful lawyer, hello psychotic diplomat.
It's her own life, Walter. She's 23.
Didn't say it wasn't her life. I just wanted to do the right thing.
So?
So what I tell her is the right thing. Oh,
So what's wrong with him?
I don't know. He's what we call in the pool room a loser.
He's a Yale graduate.
Oh, even Yale makes mistakes.
Oh, Walter, don't get involved.
You know, I like that prospect she had before, the draft dodger. I like him better than this flunky. At least the draft dodger, he was good at something. He beat the draft. Something.
May I remind you that when I married you, your future didn't look too secure.
Well, where do you compare? I'm different. I have a joy de vivre.
Besides, what good is security if she's not happy?
What's happiness got to do with this? We're talking about marriage. When you get married, you give up happiness. What's the matter? Donald can't make her happy all of a sudden? He's a lawyer. He's got court cases. There are briefs to fill out, mortgages, litigation. It's romantic.
She was always a little lukewarm about Donald, I felt. I didn't want to say anything, but what is that? It must be those tickets outside.
Better be careful. I thought there were only a few.
Walter, you should come look what's doing out here. It's a regular demonstration. Oh my God, they have a clock on me that looks like you and they're burning it.
Well, maybe they think I'm a football coach.
It's not a joking matter, Walter. They have big black ugly signs with our name on them.
Sticks and stones will break my bones. Names will never harm me.
Walter, they have 6 stones.
Come away from there.
What was that?
They're shooting and throwing rocks in the window! Mr. Kilmer got hit in the head with a brick! He's flying on the whole room floor muttering something about aviation!
Calm down, Chief. Don't panic. Don't panic. All right, now you can tell.
Mr. Ryan!
McGee, come quickly. We're having your usual riot.
Walter, what are we going to do?
Try to keep from getting shot.
Well, maybe if you went outside and grabbed them.
I said we should take a cabana and let it finish with a swim. There's a potato room.
Is everyone all right?
Yes, are you?
Yes. Get careful of the time bomb!
Stay away from me!
Quickly!
Walter, keep calm!
I'm calm. Who's Walter?
I've got some experience with these things. If I can just dismantle it before it goes off.
Dismantle it!
So be careful!
Ooh, I got such an itch.
Where does it end, Walter?
Don't
Try it!
Don't ask. Just get out of here quickly.
What about you?
Oh, just look out the window. You'll see me flying over any minute now.
Come on, sister, there's this and all of us getting torn one from left.
Thanks, Barry.
Oh, there. It's dead. I did it.
Oh. I met you.
Everyone all right?
We're fine. How's everyone else?
Mr. Kilroy got hit in the head with a brick. I think he has a concussion. He thinks he's the Wright brothers.
Wright brothers. Look, make a complaint to their ministry and send a report to Washington. Tell them I tried reaching my father, but he's in a yacht somewhere in the damn Caribbean.
Come quickly, Wolver. I'm coming, Orville. I'm telling you we can do it. Do what? Get those machines to fly. Orville, you're crazy. But so are you. Let's go down to Kitty Hawk on Friday and put it in the air. We can do it, the both of us.
Orville, what if it doesn't work?
Wolver, we must try it and stop the tiger.
Orville, you always were my favorite.
Burns, take Mr. Kilroy to his room and get the doctor over here immediately. We may have to check him into a hospital.
And he might need twin beds.
We better help Burns, Walter. We may be next.
Well, in the absence of my superiors, I have no choice but to give myself a battlefield promotion. Until further notice, I am in charge of this embassy.
How exciting!
If I could just think of what to do, it would help.
I can.
What?
Axel, supposing my parents and I escape.
By escape, you mean what?
By escape, I mean leave here and show up in Newark.
Susan, you're nuts.
Axel, I've already spoken to Father Drobny and he says we can do it.
Father Trobney, the holy Houdini, he can't even get himself out of a straitjacket. What does he know?
He knows how to get us out of the country, and he says it's a cinch. Axel, there's no other way.
Susan, why don't you get some rest if you still feel the same way next year?
Why not? Give me one good reason.
That's one good reason. If you think your father's uncomfortable here, wait till you see him in front of a firing squad.
My parents are willing. We've already discussed it.
Then your parents should be locked up. And since they are already locked up, we have nothing more to discuss.
Axel, I'm serious.
A foggy day.
You have no imagination.
I have plenty of imagination. 10 minutes after you leave here, I can imagine Krujac wearing your father's shirt.
Oh, Axel, for once in your life, take the initiative. Don't let things happen to you. We'll do it together. That's what life is, a series of adventures you go through with someone you care about. We can do it, with you leading the way, your firm young jaw against the wind.
Susan, have you been smoking the Drake?
Let's tell my parents the idea.
I thought you said they already knew about it.
My mother does. I thought you could tell Dad.
Susan, let's discuss this.
Mother, Dad, come quickly. Axel has something to tell you.
Susan, I can't go through with this.
Axel, if we stay here, it's just a question of time until another bomb comes through the window. Besides, you have no right to deny us the chance to save our lives.
I'm no good at these things. I was like a nice, quiet evening at home.
Axel, we can do it, the two of us, together.
Be realistic, Susan. How would we get out of the building?
Well, we can dig a tunnel.
Dig a tunnel. Right. With our knowledge of engineering, we'd probably come up in the spice rack.
All right. We can sneak out on the back of a laundry truck. I saw that in an old prison movie once.
We don't send our laundry out anymore. Your mother does it for the whole embassy. No, give me the chance to say, you were at a party, you mingled with the crowd and dressed as guests, and left when they left.
Axel, that's brilliant.
What is?
Your idea. There's a party here Saturday night for the Sultans. We'll dress as guests, mingle, and walk right out.
Susan, that's the craziest thing I ever heard of.
Axel is a stroke of genius.
All right, what's the urgency? What does the failure have to say?
Go ahead, Axel.
Susan?
Axel.
Yes, Mr. Hollander. That was an awfully nasty bomb that came through the window before, wasn't it?
Oh, you noticed.
Mr. Hollander, in view of circumstances, after careful consideration, I think our situation calls for a little action.
What kind of action?
Supposing you actually were trapped spies, what would you do?
I deny it and claim to be a caterer. What do you want from me?
Mr. Hollander, you read the papers. Supposing you were a family who's trapped behind the Berlin Wall and wanted their freedom desperately. So desperately they're willing to die for it.
What would they do? They'd escape. They'd go over the walls, they'd go through tunnels, they'd forge passports, break through roadblocks. It's been nice talking to you. Next time you get any more hysterical notions, give me a call.
Mr. Hollander, it's the only way.
Escape! What an interesting idea!
You're crazy. That's what you are. You're crazy. Years of insanity have made you crazy.
Why not, Dad? It's better than being trapped here.
Grouse, will you listen for a minute?
Mr. Hollander, it's a matter of life and death.
Listen, I don't escape from places. That's not what I I do. I enter and I stay.
It's wrong to reject an idea just because it sounds radical.
That's what it is, it's radical. When it comes to things like going over walls and digging tunnels and forging passports, I'm a conservative. I'm the John Birch of the escape world.
Oh, Walter, just calm down for a minute.
Calm down. Have you ever seen a man with a hernia running from a tank?
Dad, you read about it every day. Couples escape, husband escape, lovers flee tyranny.
No, you got it all wrong. What you read about is husband shot trying to escape, couple killed escaping, lover killed trying to flee tyranny.
You're a coward.
Listen, if you wanted to marry a hero, Ann Landers, you should have married Rambo.
Do you want your daughter to grow up here for the rest of her life?
I'd rather she grow up here than grow up an orphan. Funny that way. I could tolerate anybody's orphan but my own.
You want her to meet other eligible men, don't you?
All right, let's hear it. I haven't had a good laugh in a long time. Tell me the plan so I can go, ha-ha.
The night after tomorrow, there's going to be a big reception
Oh,
here.
yeah? Who's catering?
Why you let it be?
A big party in honor of the Sultan of Bashir.
Him?
That night, this house will be filled with dignitaries, men and women from all nations, even from this country. Now then, you two and Susan will remain upstairs till midnight. You'll dress as guests, and when groups of guests start to leave, you come downstairs and go right out with them.
It'll give you a chance to wear your dark blue mohair.
I don't like my dark blue mohair. It itches.
How can mohair itch? It's a soft fabric.
Sue me. It itches.
Well, you'll have to wear something dark, because if you're not going to dress, I'm not going to stay.
We're not going anyplace.
Once outside, we'll have the embassy limousine waiting, and you're off.
All right. Supposing we got that far, what then?
The rest is simple. My contacts will see to it that you are on your way home within hours.
Mr. Halder, it's a matter of life and death. For the safety of all involved, we must not procrastinate. Timing is very important.
We'll see Seth again. Oh, I do miss him so. Walter, there's something I've been meaning to tell you, but I knew you'd be upset. I got a letter from my brother and our apartment was robbed.
What?
Burglars broke in. They stole the portable TV and all your shirts.
Oh, I'm a cursed caterer, that's what I am. I'm stuck here in the middle of nowhere, and somewhere there's robbers running around with my initials on their cuffs.
Dad, let's go home.
Mr. Holder, I beg you. McGee's plan is a good one. You can trust him. I know he seems like a bungler, but he is actually bright and resourceful. He knows exactly what he is doing, and you are in good hands.
You think so? All right, we'll escape.
Mr. Halder, you have nothing to worry about. I'm in full control.
You are a nut!
The next few days were fraught with danger and intrigue. I made several phone calls to some of the most brilliant men in the underground. Unfortunately, they had all been captured. McGee worked round the clock, devising an escape plan so complicated that only 3 people in the world understood it. And McGee was not one of them. On the morning of the escape, they reviewed the plan to make sure it was foolproof.
No, the plan won't work. It's too complicated. Let's call it off.
We're not calling anything off.
So, let's start from the top and go over the whole plan again. Mr. Halder, who are you?
Who am I? I'm John Randall from Washington, D.C. I work for the Department of Interior. I have a wife and 4 children. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, educated in California, where I majored in agriculture. I entered government service during the Kennedy administration, and I drive a Chrysler. Who is going to ask me those questions?
In the event that you're stopped at any point, your answers must be consistent.
Nobody's going to believe I'm Sam Randolph.
John Randall!
Sam, I have such a headache.
What are you doing in Europe?
Oh, what am I doing in Europe? I'm making a tour of undeveloped nations with a view to implementing plans dealing with soil conservation and erosion.
Very good.
Very good, me.
And I'm his lovely wife, Carmen, and the former Miss Wisconsin of 1958.
They believe that we win the entire Cold War. Well, what? One look at those varicose veins will get arrested for smuggling in road maps.
Where are you staying in town?
At the Grand Hotel for a week, and then we're flying to Malaysia.
And what do you do when you leave here?
Well, at about midnight, when some of the other guests are starting to leave, we politely excuse ourselves and leave with the largest group. Our chauffeur will take us directly to the lobby of the Grand Hotel.
Provided we haven't been arrested, identified, searched, shot, beaten, and tortured.
At the Grand Hotel, we will switch cars. A man will come up to me and say, "My, those are extremely lovely earrings you have on. My wife has a pair just like them." He will be our driver, and we will go with him.
Correct.
And if a stranger likes her earrings, what do we do? Follow him to Lapland?
What do you do when you get to the railroad station?
Oh, when we get to the railroad station, another man comes up to us, presumably not suspicious looking, and says the grass is green. Which, for my money, might just as well have a neon sign saying, "I am spy."
And what do you do?
We get on the train headed for Istanbul. Another first in my life. I need Istanbul like the plague with my fear of the Turks.
But you don't get to Istanbul.
No, halfway there we jump off the train.
I can hardly wait. It's been years since I jumped off a moving train.
Your contact will assist you with all these maneuvers.
What are you so worried about?
Well, we'll see how you jump. You practically break a leg finding a seat in the movie.
After the train, we'll be met by a peasant driving a wagon load of hay.
Correct.
And we'll dress up like peasants, we'll get up in the wagon, and we'll go with him.
Must be hay. Like it's the worst hay fever in America. It's gotta be hay.
He will take us to the seashore, where we'll be met by a submarine. Oh, isn't it thrilling, Walter?
A submarine! Yesterday it was an airplane.
Oh, it had to be changed. Security precautions.
Thanks for telling me. I spent the whole day looking for wings.
Now then, here's some local currency.
It's all right. I have money. You get the next one.
All you have are traveler's checks, Walter. You better take it.
Well, they're good anywhere.
You're going to stop in the middle of a chase through an alley to find a traveler's check?
What kind of chase? You said this was going to be easy. I can't run. I'm an old man with orthopedic shoes.
I suggest you take this money. Incidentally, if you ever shot a gun,
Shot a gun. How often in the catering business is there a shootout?
very simple. All you have to do is release this little lever and then just squeeze the trigger.
Hey, this is a...
I don't think you should carry a gun.
Why not?
It's dangerous.
Oh, it is not.
You don't know how to use a gun.
Oh, I do too. What are you telling me?
When have you ever used a gun?
Oh, plenty of times.
When?
I want a gun.
I don't want you to have a gun.
Why? I want to have a gun. Why can't I carry it? What's wrong? Why can't I carry a gun?
If you carry a gun, I'm not going to escape.
Maybe Miss Hollander has a point. I'm being overcautious. You probably won't need it.
Why do you have to spoil everything we do?
Oh, all right. You can carry the gun, but keep it unloaded.
There'll always be plenty of time to load it. But you won't need it. I've got every angle figured.
Well, this is it.
You never can tell when this little piece of tin will spell the difference.
This is it.
Oh, this cake is going to be a cinch.
You got very confident all of a sudden.
Well, everybody makes a big deal out of nothing.
You think so?
Ah, it'll be over in 2 hours. Can't be any worse an ordeal than your sister's wedding.
You think so?
Yeah, she's crying already. Niagara Falls, she's crying already.
I'm sorry.
Why is it? Every time we want to go someplace, you have to cry. Whenever we make plans, you get upset. That's why I never want to take you anywhere. That's why I wasn't so keen on escaping. I knew you'd make a federal case out of it. Stop crying. What's the matter?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? How can you be crying and you don't know why? Did something hurt?
I'm afraid.
Oh, so that's it. You're not such a big shot after all. You thought no good game, though. Now listen, stop crying. Look, everything's gonna be all right. It's gonna be easy as pie. Trust me. Look, what's the worst that can happen? Worst that can happen is we get caught. So what? They try us and torture us. Forget it. We just bite down on those cyanide caps. Now listen, don't try. Calm down. I'm only teasing. Listen, would you leave everything to me? Trust me. You're in good hands. Would I let anybody hurt you? Haven't I always protected you? Don't you remember the first year we were married? I took care of that soldier that was fresh to you in the amusement park. He whistled at you. Didn't I give him a sock in the mouth?
Yeah, he was a tiny little thing.
You were so beautiful in your puce-sex shawl.
And you in your dark blue dress suit with the white socks and the saddle shoes.
I told you 1,000 times that was doctor's orders. I had a foot infection.
Walter, will you protect me?
Haven't I always been there from the very first, even when my mother despised you? Wasn't I holding your hand through 2 pregnancies, 4 false alarms, and a complicated oral prophylaxis? Listen, you stick with me, I'll see that we come out right side up.
Walter, I've been such a terrible wife.
Oh, no, you haven't. Look, I haven't been so easy to get along with. You know, you may find this hard to believe, but some women would find me unpleasant. Now listen, you better go upstairs and get some rest, and then get ready. It's time to go.
I'm going to wear my new dress.
Good, good. Don't forget to pack the sneakers.
Wally!
Oh, sweetheart. You know, you haven't called me that for so long, since the Harvest Moon Ball. And even then I told you, if you ever called me that again, break your neck.
I'm going.
Okay, listen, you take care, you rest, and don't worry, you're dealing with a man who can take care of himself.
Mr. Hollander.
You tried to shoot me!
Ah, there you are, Your Majesty. Why don't you go back to the party? Did you enjoy being the guest of honor?
Ah, Mr. McGee, there is nothing better to cement wounded pride than bourbon.
Ah, yes. There's plenty of bourbon. At the party.
Where is the American from New Jersey, the mongrel?
Oh, he meant to come, but he couldn't. But he sends his apologies and best wishes. Your Majesty, I'm delighted you consented to give us the opportunity to honor you. You know how my father feels about you.
Where is your father?
He meant to get back for the party, but his plane was delayed. He'll probably come after everyone is gone.
Pick a card.
Not now, Father.
Go ahead, take one.
I'm not in the mood for magic.
There's a message written on the 2 of spades.
You can tell me the message, Father. No one will hear.
The Hollanders are ready.
That's the message?
Axel,
Where are your parents?
they're coming. My father's having trouble getting his holster on.
House is crawling with trouble. Crojack is here. It would look suspicious if I tried to keep anyone away. You better get moving. Coast is clear.
Goodbye, Axel. I'll speak to you in a few days.
We have some future plans to discuss.
Walter, you haven't hugged and kissed me like that in 25 years.
Was that you? What are we going to do now?
Try and appear casual.
I am casual.
You know, Walter, you can tell you're carrying a gun.
Go on, you cannot.
You can too. There's a big bulge under your jacket.
the way I'm built.
Not the way you're built. You don't have a handle.
Leave me alone.
Put it upstairs.
We need it.
We don't need it. It's dangerous. You almost shot Mr. Kilroy today.
It was an accident.
Walter, people are staring at your bulge.
We have not met, have we? I'm John Randall from Washington, D.C. I work for the Department of Interior. I have a wife and 4 children. I'm born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and educated in California. I majored in agriculture and entered government service during the Kennedy administration. I drive a Chrysler. I'm John Randall.
And I'm his lovely wife, Carmen.
How do you do? Yanni Skazner. And this is the Countess, Wilhelmina Bordoni.
Charmed. Say hello to the Countess, darling.
Hello, Countess, darling.
Have you tasted this wine? Extraordinary.
It's exquisite.
Rather deeply into the femur, won't you say, Mr. Randall?
The bouquet is subtly demure, yet the flavor is playfully artistic. Esquire magazine.
How long have you been here?
2 weeks. We're staying at the Grand Hotel. It's lovely. Oh, well, we better be going. It's getting late. Come on, Walter.
Walter! It's strange that even my wife doesn't know that I'm Sam Randolph. Sam?
John.
John Walter Sam. Actually, my name is Randall John Sam. But everyone in Washington would confuse me with Lyndon Johnson. Johnson, John Sam. I get all his meat bills and telephone messages.
Oh, interesting. Come on, we're doing Afghanistan.
Tunisia.
Tunisia, Afghanistan. Come on, Marion.
Marion?
I'm his lovely wife, Carmen.
Oh, please allow me. My cigarette lighter.
May I have a light?
Damn Zippos never work.
No matter. We must be going. The party's about over.
It keeps me to that.
Lucky those damn zippos never work.
Go, Marion.
So, my friends, we do meet again.
What did you do? Roll a drunk and steal his invitation?
You're all dressed up. Are you going someplace?
Contact, a telephone call for you, urgent. Oh, why don't you take it up in my room? It's quiet up there. Hurry, they're holding.
I will deal with you later.
Where are they?
Well, they've gone. Once they get past the police at the gate, the rest of the cars.
If we don't hear anything in the next 2 minutes, we can assume they've made it.
Now they're going down front steps. Now they're going to the car. Slowly, deliberately.
Now they're up to the front gate. They're going through all together. The police have no reason to stop them. Halt! Stop! Stop! Halt! Halt! Stop! Halt! I wonder if this is going on in any other embassy.
What's that? Oh, Axel, it's terrible. Oh, Walter, how could you do it?
It was dark. How could you do it? How could you attempt an escape?
The situation called for something bold. If it had worked, we'd all be heroes.
But it failed as everything you do fails. Picketing, riots, bombs. This never happened in my embassy before. And this morning, a devout priest produced a 7 of spades from my ear.
Father Drobny was just trying to cheer you up, sir.
I'll get you for this, Axel. I'll find a way, I promise.
Excuse me.
I'm finished with him, Miss Hollander. By the way, your mother called. She wants you to mail her your birth certificate. Through 2 wars, without a scratch, only to be shot by a caterer. A caterer!
Oh, Axel, I'm sorry. It's all our fault.
No, it isn't. But now they've doubled the guard outside.
Well, it was a nice try, McGee. Too bad we shot the boss, but those are the breaks.
Now we're here for good.
I got you into this. I promise. I'll get you out.
I'm willing and able to try anything right now. I feel like I've been hardened now that we've drawn blood. true, it was your father's.
What is that?
That must be the soul of Bashir and his wife. They had so much to drink last night, they must be unconscious.
They drank enough alcohol to rub down the entire Chicago Bears.
I better call Barney Silverman. I'll bet he's still at Montauk Point with his station wagon waiting for us to surface.
Fern, the Sultan and his wife have had a little too much party. You better put them to bed. If you have any trouble moving the Sultan, there's a dolly downstairs. Oh, and find some pajamas for them. Pajamas! Pajamas! Pajamas!
McGee, why are you staring at me repeating the word pajamas?
I bet it would work.
Axel, what are you thinking?
Father Drowning, come here quickly.
What's going on through your mind besides the usual cattle stampede? Come on, you want something?
It's about the right size.
Axel, I know what you're thinking, but there's 2 of them and 3 of us.
Why not? No one saw them leave last night, so if they leave now, it'll look perfectly natural. Except underneath those royal robes will not be His Majesty at all, but the Phantom Caterer.
Sounds great. Won't work, but sounds great.
It's crazy enough to work.
You two get dressed quickly. Burn!
What about me?
I'll get to you in a minute. Please assist them.
Axel, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Susan, for the first time since this whole thing started, I feel as if I'm in complete control. This is going to work.
You called?
Father, are your contacts still ready to go on a moment's notice?
Yes, I'm sure.
Then alert them quickly.
Oh, Axel, this is so thrilling. You're actually having an idea.
Every now and then, fate comes along and takes a man by the hand and enables him to build a mountain.
Oh, Axel, how corny.
Susan, I'm going to get you all home right now, safely.
The storm we were expecting will be a little late. I think the same precautions are in order.
Susan, have I told you lately that I love you?
No, but if you want to, I think we can work something out.
Well,
The grass is green. Ready to go?
Dude, itches.
How can it itch? It's stuck.
I told you 1,000 times what my dermatologist said. I've got the thighs of a princess.
Everything is ready. Go at once. God bless you.
try to be as casual and confident as you can. And if anyone says anything to you, mutter something about Allah.
The driver will take you to the Grand Hotel. From there on, our plan will be precisely the same.
What about Susan?
In a few minutes, she's going to walk out of here under the protection of full diplomatic immunity.
How?
As the wife of a foreign diplomat, you get that privilege.
What? You and her?
Why not? We're both United States citizens, and this is United States territory. We're over 21, and Father Drobny's a priest. It's perfect.
Oh, Axel!
Oh, my Susan, a bride! Oh, this is the happiest day of my life. If only your father were alive to see it. Oh, Walter! I'm sorry I got carried away.
Oh, Axel, it's brilliant!
But suppose she doesn't want to marry you.
I do!
You do? May Allah twist off your nose.
We've got to act fast.
While we're on board the submarine, you can wire us your silverware patterns.
May all the sands of the desert fill your navel.
I'll see you in Newark in a few days.
Hurry, please.
Come on, Marion. We gotta sign him up at the unemployment insurance office.
Oh. When we get home, I'll stop at the drugstore and send you a bottle of those pills.
Mr. Hollander, sir, remember, you're not losing a daughter. You're gaining a son.
May all the camels in Egypt... Never mind.
Incidentally, the Hollanders made it back safely to Newark. I married Susan and McGee. Ambassador McGee is running for governor without the Sultan's help. And just to be sure no one causes any trouble, he sent McGee 5,000 miles away to Bolivia, where for the first time in 200 years they had a plague of locusts. Pick a card. Go ahead. Pick a card. Bob Morris, producer of Don't Drink the Water. Thank you. And before you go tonight, I'd like to announce the two upcoming MAD shows. On June 6th and 7th, in the Building 8 Auditorium, will be the Music and Dance Variety Show. 2 weeks later, on June 20th and 21st, in this auditorium, will be the MAD Drama Variety Show. We hope to see you there. Good night.
You know,